My pappy always said, if you gonna take something back to the store, make sure you got them receipts. So as we talk about today's subject, outdoors, I really didn't want to be in indoors today. I figured it was a nice day. I'd come out here. Good to see you. I figured we talk about Peter Diamandis's interview that he did a while back, where he gave 5 reasons why entrepreneurship is better than employment. I'm going to give you the 5 reasons, and then I'm going to go through and give you both the reasoning and the receipts.
Hey, you don't understand AI, but you want to benefit from some of the technical things that you can do with AI? No problem. You need to do 2 things. Number one, you need to subscribe because I'm going to teach you how to do it in everyday, simple human language. Secondly, I work with a team member, my friend Omar, who can actually help you build a system dirt cheap so you can start doing some of the stuff that I'm teaching you and you can save a lot of money. One thing I would recommend is building a NAS. The second thing I would recommend is getting your server set up so that you can access that NAS from your other computers or your cell phone. You can do this very easily. You can use ChatGPT or you can talk to my friend Omar. His link is down below. In any case, subscribe to Simple Agentics. Let's go out here and make AI an asset that benefits us personally.
Number one, he said that college debt is now riskier than a startup equity. I agree. Number two, employer security is an illusion in exponential times. The career risk hierarchy has inverted for the first time in history, meaning it makes more sense to pursue employment as your side job than your main income. Number four, entrepreneurship is, it's risky. It's not universally safe, but neither is your job. And I think that's been demonstrated even in the last month. And four, the optimum strategy is asymmetric, meaning limited downside, but unlimited upside. So let's get into the receipts. I come to you as Generation X, a person who took out major student loans in order to get through college, betting on my future more than betting on the facts that were stacking up very quickly thanks to technology. And let me give you a couple of thoughts that we can talk about. One paycheck is the riskiest business model in 2025. In tech alone, there were 280,000 layoffs last year, and in 2025, it isn't slowing. Let's talk about anti-fragile careers. The reason that you went out to get a college degree in the first place, if you have one, or maybe you like me, you have several, is you believe that this was giving you the golden key or the golden ticket to a career all the way up to retirement. But that's not working anymore. What has happened is that degree that you paid for doesn't have lasting ability. There's this thing called skill half-life, and it keeps shrinking. Employers expect accelerated skill disruption through 2030. The half-life of skills, meaning how long your skills will last, is trending less than 5 years. So if you went and you got a degree, let's say in computer science, the things you learned now are old. You may have the basics, but if you haven't taken those basics and upgraded them to incorporate new technology, your skill just isn't worth as much. And if you've got the idea that you can sit around and stop learning, that's a myth. You have to completely redo your skills at least it used to be 5 years. Now it's every 2 to 3 years. You have to take the base and build on it, or you're old fashioned. Imagine the person who became a tech in VCR repair. How do you think he's doing today? Imagine the person who got licensed or certified in Microsoft Office 2004. How do you think he or she is doing today? You've got to recognize that the game is no longer sitting back on your laurels. The game is now you must constantly be updating, and AI can help you do that. But if you're not taking advantage of it, you're just not going to have marketable skills and you're going to get left out. Let's look at some of the myths. There was a myth that was put out years ago that college is a guaranteed safety net. But the average student debt is $39,000 with skills that expire in less than 5 years. You see, safety net is owning your money, owning a cash flow that you can change or exchange. If you want to take your money and put it in Bitcoin, you can do that. If you want to take your money and put it in stocks, you can do that. But if your money is all tied up in a 401k, or if your money is all tied up in paying off a student loan, chances are you're not going to be able to take that money and grow it into more money. You put yourself in a trap. And many of us have by taking out extraordinarily large student loans to sort of increase our career and increase our skills when those skills are no longer viable. Even if you have skills that are viable, if you don't know how to market them with current times and show how they are needed with current problems as a solution, then you're sitting on nothing. You can talk about bags and bags of gold you may have in the basement, but if you're not able to spend that gold to get what you need today, to feed your family, to make sure your medical bills are covered, then you have nothing. You're sitting on bags of dirt. It's time to recognize that layoffs are not a macro feature. They're not a bug. They're something that you can expect. I mean, 2024 saw 280,000 tech layoffs. 2025 is already at 145,000 and counting. This is not something that's going away. This is the way future is. Entrepreneurship is surging. The U.S. averaged 430,000 new business applications per month in 2024. 5.2 to 5.5 million for the year. That was an all-time record. Why is this happening? Because people are recognizing they have just as much, if not more, opportunity to grow their own fortunes, marketing and selling their own skills, than relying on some employer to pick you out of a crowd, and they're going to make money off your skills and pay you a pittance of what you should be earning. Small businesses are a job engine. You can grow the job any way you want. You can fork it into different jobs. You can market it more. You can react to the market and react to the needs of your customers, which is very, very difficult to do if you're working for a corporation. Never forget that most United States corporations are monolithic, which means there's you at the bottom or the middle, and then there's all these people at the top that are making the decisions. They decide which way the corporation is going to go, which means that your skills and the way they are applied are based on some person in an office that doesn't know you, doesn't know what you're capable of, and really doesn't care about you. Not to mention that most people at the top have no idea what's really going down in the woods where the real action is happening. That's what you're betting your skills on? That's what you invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans on? Come on, be smarter than that. Learn to have faith in yourself. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's not faith on a particular idea. It's not faith in the market. It's faith in the fact that you learned enough while gaining your degrees that you know how to twist and turn to be able to market it and use it and present it as a solution no matter what the problems are in society. That's what you need to be betting on, not some guy who's sitting up in a cloud who cares nothing about you.